Let's take a look at website or web address or URL matching. Those words are all interchangeable. So just quickly we're going to have a look at all contacts, and I'm going to do a search on website. You'll see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contacts with websites, and they have different elements which make up their full address. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how DataFlexLink matches web addresses in more detail. First of all, let's have a look at the search. So we're on search number 4, and we have, so I'm going to show you on the front end first here. So we've got their website is what we're looking at, and in the search, if we look down here, we'll see that their website has a weighting of 10. Also, we look at the minimum score for search results, and we'll see that it is, as I've pointed out before, it's a 0 right now. Obviously we can change that anytime we need, but for now we'll use 0. So I'm going to, rather than type in web addresses, I'm going to copy them from a note of web addresses that I've written, not just web addresses but parts of web addresses too, so you can see how the behavior works. So first of all, I'm going to put in just what looks like to be a website. So we'll just paste dataflexlink.tech. So I'll submit that, and remember the score is a multiplier of 10, so all of these get a score of 10, which is the basic score because they all match. They have all got dataflexlink.tech in them. However, because we haven't put a protocol in, either HTTP or HTTPS, DataFlexLink does not know that this is actually a website. So if we do that, we can see the difference in score. So from 10 it should change. So let's have a look. So if we reset this and we paste HTTPS dataflexlink.tech, we should see a higher score than 10. There we go. It's because it knows it's a domain, we get a higher score. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly add a web address to another contact, but I'm going to, rather than have dataflexlink.tech as the website, I'm going to just put it into the path and have a different website just to see the different behavior there. So if I go to OK, I'm going to go to all contacts. I'm going to let me grab Paul. I'm going to give him a web address of, scroll down. First of all, I need to click edit. Right, so I'm going to put https bbc.co.uk/dataflexlink.tech. So all things being well, this should not match as well as web addresses which are dataflexlink.tech. So let's save that, and we'll go back to the search. We'll reset, and we shall do that search again. Right, let's try again. So yeah, it gets a score of 0. So it doesn't really like the fact that dataflexlink.tech isn't the website. Right, so let's have a look at other matches we can do. I'm just going to put in path, which usually equates to a page on a website. So let's submit that. We get the same score for every website that has path as a page. Let's add path somewhere else to see if that affects the scoring. So I'm going to update that contact again. I'm going to add path into the wrong place, so it's not actually a path, but it's another part of the URL. Let's update this. I'm going to change bbc.co.uk to bbc.path. Actually no, I'm just going to call that path. Let's see what we get now. Save. And let's rerun this, reset, path, submit. So it does recognize that path could be a match, and it gives it a score of 1 times 10, which is 10. But clearly where path is a page, it will give a higher score. Right, next example, let's put this in here. Right, so that is a query string. However, I don't think dataflexLink will know that it's a query string because I've got a question mark in front of it. So let's see the difference between this and this. So I'm just going to copy this so I can add it in a minute. And I'm going to move that, and let's see what we get for this. There we go, we get a score of 10. However, reset and we put a question mark in front of it, we should get a score of 20, I believe. 20, and because it knows it is a query, we get more matches. Dataflex link will treat query string parameters the same no matter what order they're in, unless there's one situation which I'll talk about shortly. This one here, which gets a score of 10, only matches on one criteria, which is this equals that. It doesn't have foo equals bar, but it still gets a score of 1. This one down here also has this equals that, but it's got other query string parameters which diminishes its score a little bit. This is a more accurate match than this. So let's do what I just stated I would do and look at an absolute match to the URL. So I'm going to reset this and I'm going to copy something, copy, and we'll paste this in here. Let's, instead of copying from there, why don't I just copy from here so you know, get all my contacts. Let's copy, let's get it there, and we'll copy this one. Copy, and in our search, I'm going to paste that straight in there. There we go, Paul John Smith gets a score of 100. Ruby gets a score of 60 because whilst the path isn't an absolute match, all the parameters relating to the path, so this equals that and foo equals bar, features, the web address, everything matches the URL that we searched on. And again, based on quality, the lower quality matches get rated a lot lower. Let's just put this the other way around. So we should get Ruby first and Paul second. Let me try that. Let's go back to here and we'll copy Ruby's. The results should be exactly the same apart from the top two results. Let's reset and paste, and we'll submit that. Rachel at the top, yes, sorry, Ruby at the top, and then Paul second, and all the others, the score should be exactly the same. You can rewind if you like just to check that. Let's have a look at a couple of other things. Right, so anything after the hash symbol usually donates a specific place on a page. So here, path, you've got the page, and then features would be a specific place on the page. So it's not as important as the path, but it's still relevant. So let's do a search on features and see how we get on. Submit. Okay, so anything matching features gets a score of 20. There was a URL which said feature but not features. Let's see what happens there. It's not showing up here, but I actually believe that it will show up and these other four will show up as well with a lower score. So I think that feature will get a score of 20 and these will get a score of 10. Let's have a look at that. Reset. We'll do that again. Features, and we'll take that off. And let's see. There we go. So feature gets a score of 20 and features gets a score of 10. So the reason why these appear here and not before is because feature is a part of features, whereas features is not a part of feature.